So, how are people really getting rich online in 2025? And as the title suggests, it's not what you think. It's not drop shipping, it's not crypto, it's not the next big buzzword. It is actually leverage. That might sound like fugazi, but attention, automation, and ownership are the most important things, in my opinion, in the online economy right now. And we're going to be breaking down how I've managed to make money and how I see multiple people in multiple different niches make money over and over again, hand over fist. And if you don't know me already, I am Connor. I've started multiple online businesses. I have multiple YouTube channels, and I generate millions in profit online using the stuff we talk about here on this channel. So if you want to subscribe, I'm trying to provide as much value as I possibly can in the business niche now. I have YouTube channels in crypto, I have YouTube channels in real estate, and now I want to dive into the online business world because I think I can help a lot of people. And by the way, there's some links in the description if you want to check them out. Now, the real money is in creators who own their audience, products, and not necessarily the algorithms, right? AI tools don't kill opportunity. They removed the excuses. So in the world of being a creator, I believe that speed is what wins, right? You don't necessarily have to be the smartest. You don't necessarily have to be the most skilled, and you don't necessarily have to know the most about any given subject. But what you do have to do is you have to be the fastest, or one of the fastest, right? So in one of my niches, which is of course crypto, I've built a space where I'm the guy to come to for research when it comes to crypto. So I'm the fastest. Now there are other people who are also fast, but I try and be the fastest when any given news event comes out so I can give my opinion and people can learn about it without having to research themselves. Now this also applies to simply speed from ideation to pressing the post button. Now, you'll notice a general theme in this channel if you watch my content. I believe that being a creator online is probably the best opportunity we have in 2025. And I think this opportunity is fleeting. I think the more people that do it, the harder it's going to become to be successful. So you have to grab this opportunity by the balls, right? And there are many ways to do this. You could also be the team of a creator, for example, but I myself am a creator first, then I've created businesses behind that make me money. And that generates the long-term value, right? And the growth, which I want to help a lot of people do. So every millionaire I know builds systems, right? They're not side hustles. They're not little things that they do. They go about it with laser focus and they build a system around something that they may have learned about at a networking event, or at a gym that has a barrier to entry with the price, or just being introduced to a friend of a friend of a friend who seems to do something very interesting that they can apply to their business. And then you apply a system to it. So to answer the question, right, what we're doing is we're not chasing trends. You build assets that compound, which is content, brand, and reputation in the idea of being a content creator. And then with that brand recognition, you create a business on the back end, a system that generates you capital flow, income, and the ability to potentially step away from everything but being that creator. And that's what I've done, right? So what I do is I focus on what I consider the highest ROI task, and that is creating content. I also happen to love that part of the business. So you might not love that part of the business, and it might be a partnership that you need if you want to follow this same route that I'm talking about with someone who does love to be in front of the camera, to yap, and to put themselves out there, right? So it's not for everyone. But the real way people are getting rich, you can see all of the big creators online, the Iman Ghazis of the world. It's creating that system behind them. What do they do with the attention that they can receive? How can they help as many people drive as much value? And in turn, how do they create a business, right? And that business can be selling info products. That business can be selling physical products. That business can be selling mentorships, or simply just providing value to enough people that see your content and you get paid for those views. There are so many different ways, but this is the way that I'm seeing people get rich online. It might not just simply be the eyeballs that you see, right, on the front end, the views. Views don't necessarily equal income. I have 500,000 followers on a TikTok channel. I've never made a penny from it because it's in a niche that doesn't generate any income. So don't worry about the views. Don't worry about the subscribers. Worry about doing something that you actually love, the niche that you enjoy talking about, and then building a system behind you, right, that can then generate income. Now, I can tell you about the businesses that I've built, one being my YouTube channel. Behind that YouTube channel would be my agency. This is an influencer marketing agency that helps people like me find sponsorships, find affiliate partners, and build the channels better and faster, because that's what I needed when I started. So I did that, right? Another business that I created was a real estate agency, because I found that in talking about real estate, people used to ask me about real estate, where I bought, the agents I used, yada, yada, yada. So why not help them with my own real estate agency? And then another thing that I've done is my private community, where I provide people even more insights to what I'm doing in the crypto world, give them access to coaches in the crypto world, and give them access to a community. And of course, that provides value, and for that value, I can charge. So those are just a few different ideas and options, and that's how people become rich in 2025. If you want to chat to me directly, or you just want to give me a little bit of insight as to what you would want, there is a form I'd love you to fill out down there in the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.